There seems to always be a lot of misinformation on the internet about carbs, and today I would like to address 3 big ones. Hi, my name is Maddie Coman, and I am a senior dietetics student at the University of Florida. It seems to be a trend right now that carbs are bad for us and that we should stay away from them, but this is far from the truth. Social media plays a huge role in what influences what we choose to eat, and it can be hard to know what sources to trust. Influencers can have a really powerful role in what influences young people and those who may not have a background in nutrition. Some people get caught in the trap of misinformation when it comes to carbohydrates, but I'm here to set the record straight. I'm here today to address 3 common misconceptions surrounding carbohydrates. Are all carbs created equal? Are sugars and carbs from fruits bad for you? And will eating carbs make you gain weight? The first common misconception is that all carbs are created equal. To understand why this isn't true, let's break down the chemistry. All carbohydrates are made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen atoms. There are 2 main types of carbohydrates: simple and complex. Simple carbohydrates are also known as simple sugars. They can be broken down into 2 different kinds of carbohydrates called monosaccharides and disaccharides. Monosaccharides are a single sugar unit. In fact, all carbohydrates have to be broken down into monosaccharide units. This is so that our body can absorb glucose from our GI tract into our bloodstream to be used as energy. Disaccharides are 2 sugar units bonded together. Simple carbohydrates are digested quickly and give the body an immediate source of energy. This is why you might feel hungry again soon after eating them. These types of sugars are found in many processed foods such as candies, sodas, and desserts. Complex carbohydrates are made up of polysaccharides, meaning that they are made up of many sugar units bonded together. Complex carbohydrates are digested slowly and released into the bloodstream at a steady rate. This way, they won't give you that sudden rush of energy that simple carbohydrates do, and they'll keep you satiated for longer. These types of sugars are found in many sources such as whole unprocessed fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. However, not all carbohydrates have the same effect on the body, which brings us to our next misconception. The second misconception is that fruits should be avoided because they're high in sugar and carbohydrates. Now, there are 2 different types of sugars found in foods: naturally occurring sugars and added sugars. Natural sugars are found in unprocessed foods such as fruits, while added sugars are added to foods during processing. Whole fruits contain high amounts of water and fiber, which gives us the feeling of satiety. Our bodies have to break down the cellular structure of fruits before the sugars can be used as energy, making it a complex carbohydrate, which, as we know, gives us that steady stream of energy from glucose over a long period of time. Natural sugars are necessary because they provide many nutrients and phytochemicals that our bodies can use to fight off inflammation and pathology. On the other hand, added sugars are not necessarily to carry out bodily functions, nor do they provide the same kinds of benefits that naturally occurring sugars do. But that isn't to say you can't enjoy desserts or treats. You definitely can, as long as you're getting in all of your other nutrients, so you can spend the rest of your calories however you'd like. The third misconception I'd like to address is that eating carbs will make you gain weight. Right now I'm interning with a dietitian who specializes in eating disorders and intuitive eating, and she's been practicing this for over 40 years. She explained to me macromolecules from a caloric standpoint that I think might be helpful to share. Macronutrients are carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. Carbohydrates and proteins have 4 calories per gram, while fats have 9 calories per gram. A lot of protein foods such as fish, nuts, and seeds also contain fats in them. So when we eat these foods, we're getting more of a range between 4 and 9 calories per gram, rather than just 4 calories per gram from protein. So carbohydrates essentially have the least amount of calories per gram compared to our other macronutrients. Now, I'm not saying to look at proteins and fats as the bad guy, because they are absolutely necessary for many bodily functions. But I hope that that bit of information eases your mind a bit about how many calories are actually coming from carbohydrates. Also, I want to mention that everybody's bodies require different amounts of calories in a day. Sally may consume 2,000 calories in a day, while Bob consumes 3,000 calories in a day, but they're able to maintain their weight because that's the amount of calories that their body needs for energy in a day. Eating an excess of calories is what causes weight gain, not the actual macromolecules themselves. Today we explored 3 common misconceptions surrounding carbohydrates, like, are all carbs created equal? Are sugars and carbs from fruits bad for you? And will eating carbs make you gain weight? I hope the information that I shared with you shifts your mindset on why carbohydrates are good rather than bad.